Hello and a good day. Today my group will present a topic about function. In this topic, we will cover operation on function, composite function, and inverse function. Okay, this is my team member. The first one is Ahmad Azim bin Zulkifli. Next, Irshad bin Razaleh, and me, Carl Christine, and Muhammad Arif Farhan bin Jamahuri. And the last one is Izzatul Akila binti Zulkifli. Okay, next slide is introduction of function. Function is the concept of relation, and in this function there are four type of relation. First, one to one. Second, many to one. Third, one to many, and lastly, many to many. In this relation, between two sets set here can be easily represented using a simple technique called mapping. Okay, we proceed to the example of mapping. Here we can see example one is a one-to-one mapping, and this one is many to one, and one to many, and many to many. Okay, we I pass to my friends.
In this part, we will see what happens when we adding or we subtract any two function. The new function takes the output of both f and g, then either add or subtract them for every value of x. This is the example for adding, which is f plus g in bracket x is equal to function f plus function g. When we subtract it, it will equal f minus g in bracket x is equal to the function f subtract with function g. Let's do some example, which is function f is x square and function g is 2x. If we adding the two function, it will equal to x square plus 2x. But if we subtract the two function, it will equal to x square minus 2x. So let's visualize the two function using the graph. And I will choose Desmos apps. Firstly, we will need to choose the function f and function g right in the sidebar of the Desmos. And if you click the function f, it will show the function f graph and function g graph, which is straight line. If we need to add the two function, it will also show us the equal function after adding the two function, which is f function and g function. And if we need to subtract the function, it also will show us the function after we subtract the two function.
So now we are going to learn about two important ways that we can combine function. For the first one is the product of the function, and for the second one is the quotient of the function. When we talk about the product of two functions, we mean that we multiplying them together. Let's say we have two functions, fx equal to 3x plus 2 and gx equal to 4x minus 7. To find the product, we write f gx equal to fx multiply with gx. So we multiply the two expression, 3x plus 2 multiply with 4x minus 7. So we can expand this expression. So we got 12x squared minus 13x minus 14. So now let's look at the quotient of two functions. This means we dividing one function with another function. Let's use these functions. Fx equal to 2x plus 5 and gx equal to x minus 3.
In this part, I will explain about the composite function, what of the operation on function, and also I will show how to visualize them using a GeoGebra, an online graphing calculator. Okay, what is a composite function? A composite function is formed when one function is applied to the result of another function. The function is like this, and it's pronounced as f compose g of x. Let's continue to the website GeoGebra Graphing Calculator to visualize it. So let's define two simple functions where function f(x) equal to 2x plus 1 and the function g is x squared. So now we want to form the composite function g f compose g of x. So we define hx equal to f gx, and we see the graph there, and this new function h is the result of the plugging g into f. And then let's look at the reverse of gfx, and the result of this is open bracket 2x plus 1 close bracket power of 2, and the graph is like this. And we clearly see that the hx is not equal to kx, and we can conclude that the composite function are not commutative.
Hello everyone, and today we are going to talk about inverse function. Let's start with a simple idea. Imagine a function as a machine. You put a number in and it gives you a result. For example, if the function is equal to x plus 3 and you input 2, the machine will give you 5. Now, an inverse function is like a machine that undoes what the original function did. So, if fx equal to x plus 3, the inverse function will subtract 3. That way, if you put in 5, it will give you back 2. Write the inverse function as a f negative 1x. It means the function that reverses f. And the second one for the example, the question given, find the inverse function of fx equal to x squared plus 3. For this question, we need to replace fx with y. After we replace fx with y, we have to swap x and y. And the third solution, we have to solve for y equation. After we solve for y equation, we will get the inverse function, but we have to write the equation as f negative 1x equals to the answer. Okay, the last one for the inverse function is we have to know how to write the graph of inverse function. Okay, example is given fx equal to x squared plus 3. Okay, if you want to write the inverse function graph, we need to use the Desmos. If we use the Desmos apps, we need to write x equal to fy to make the graph the inverse function graph. If we want to make sure this graph is inverse function, we need to write the equation is y equal to x.